Hey Dan, so I've watched your videos. Beth watched your video with the scrolling text. Here, let me get rid of that. There we go. And just grabbed the little scrolling bar to drag it across because she was bored. Actually, you know what was so funny is her real frustration was she didn't know what you were eating. So I thought that was pretty funny. You know, I was just thinking maybe I could go out. I could take this outside and film, couldn't I? Here, let me do that.
Are you filming that directly to YouTube?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I don't have to worry about. We'll see how far the
Uploading.
how far the wireless works. Reaches. There we go. How's that? Something better to look at than just inside.
Hi, Dan.
Oh. All right. What? Oh, there you are. Okay, wave. You're waving to my friend Dan in Oregon. All right, thanks, guys. Oh. So, let's see. Soccer. Yes, I knew Bob Bradley got fired. And you know, that's pro sports, right? So I also, let's see, you want to say hi to Dan?
Hey, Dan.
Let's see. So the Galaxy won. That's good news, I guess. I mean, I'm excited.
Hi.
And let's see. I've not been following much soccer. I have been exceedingly busy with Shakespeare, as you can imagine. I'm so glad it's over. It just was a ton of work this year, more so even than in the past. It also was a lot of work for Virginia, and she's actually not well right now, so I think she might have an ulcer, or what was it? Gallbladder issues. So anyway, they're gonna, you know, they started her on like 14 meds, and we'll figure it out later, I guess. So let's see, what have I been doing? Swimming. I had the 5-mile race. I had hoped to finish in less than 2:30, which would be 30-minute miles, including breaks. I really didn't have any sense of, you know, what I was going, you know, what my speed was going to be, or whether that was realistic. I know that the one guy, Brian Erdman, if you remember his name, who I wanted to beat in Trinona, he said he finished in 2:04, which was pretty darn fast, I thought. So anything less than 2 minutes, I think, would be good. So I just got in and, you know, did my thing. And you know, John Carrier, the former LCC pastor, was a great kayaker. He, you know, he kept us going straight, and I just watched him the whole time and didn't look up much. But I just kept it a nice, easy pace, and it finished at 2:08, 2:08:03, in fact. So I was pretty happy with that. That was third in my age group, and the guy who won overall with a 1:39 time was also in my age group. He was really fast, but you know, I think like 6 or 7 of the top 10 times were women. And not just young, I mean, various ages. The woman who finished, Preston, please don't swing that around this laptop. The woman who finished second, or the woman who had the second overall time, was like 1:48. So she was like 35, and I think the third overall time, she was 45, and she had like a 1:49 time. So anyway, fast swimmers out there, but it was a lot of fun, and it makes me, one of my goals for the Lake Superior, Bayfield to Point de la Pointe, Bayfield to Madeline Island swim was to break 50 minutes. I had 58 and change last year, And so 2.2 miles is the distance, and at the pace that I swam Bayfield, the 5 miles, that would put me at about 55. So the question is can I speed up, you know, what would that be, 10%? If I can speed up by 10%, I'll break 50 minutes. Plus I'm wearing a wetsuit, which should really give me an advantage since I did not wear it at the Lake Minnetonka 5 mile because they didn't allow them. So, yeah, so my dad and I are heading up to Bayfield this weekend, and maybe Preston too. Track and field meet. No, so much for Preston. And so anyway, it'll be a good time. Is going to be had by all, I think. And so I'm looking at obviously heading out there on Sunday, getting there Monday. It's interesting because there are 2 routes that Google Maps showed. One was only 2 hours longer than the other, but it went south through Nebraska, through Salt Lake, and came up that way. So I thought, well, that's kind of a cool route, going to Pendleton. So, and it's a pretty simple route. You take 35 down through Des Moines, and you hit whatever that's like 86 or something, and then you take 84 up to Pendleton. So maybe one of these days we'll take that route. Anyway, it's so happy birthday, Bryn. I think you said it was Bryn's birthday here like today or tomorrow. So happy birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Bryn. Yesterday, happy 20th. So now you're not 20 anymore. You're like 20 and change. It's funny, Bryn, that I remember when Donny Osmond turned 20. It was actually very monumental for me. I was watching the Donny and Marie show, and he was wearing purple socks, and they were talking about he was now 2 decades old and how old that was. And I remember thinking, I think I was 8, and I was thinking 2 decades. Wow, that's really old. So anyway, Preston, you smiling back there? Okay. Preston is in the middle of track and field camp right now. He is running, jumping, leaping, shot putting, everything but the javelin, which really disappoints him because he wanted to throw a spear. But he's enjoying that. Marshall's not doing much. Galen is not doing much. Duncan is stage managing a show called Divorce Revolution. In fact, if you want to look it up, it's I think there's more than one divorcerevolution.com. This is like divorce-revolution.com, and it's Allison, my friends Allison, Sherry, and Wes wrote it based on her experiences with divorce from Wes, and then their struggles to keep the family, to make sure that they're still giving their children a quality family experience, and resulting, of course, in them buying a big house together. Wes and Sherry and Allison, who are partners, and then Wes moved in as well. So it's interesting. Allison wasn't prepared for the amount of I think Christian right pushback she's getting, and was really bummed by it. And I told her that any artist who puts themselves out there are going to get slammed, and by somebody, and focus on the people who are moved by your play. So anyway, that's Friday, Saturday. So that's what Duncan's doing, stage managing that. Colleen is spending a lot of time with my folks who are still here, swimming a lot with my dad, going swimming. Preston occasionally goes swimming when he's not on video games, but I have detached everything, took all the cords and TVs away, so it's going to be kind of a good old-fashioned house for the rest of the summer here. Let's see, what else is happening? We went and saw Harry Potter, of course. Have you seen it yet? It was all right. Beth is going to Girl Scout National Convention in November. All expenses paid, which is in Bismarck, North Dakota. No, it's not. Where is it?
Houston, Texas.
Oh, Houston, Texas. Oh, sweet.
In November.
Houston, we have... what's that? We have...
Liftoff.
Liftoff. Yeah. So anyway, she's going to Houston It's funny, actually there's a little town here spelled the same way, but they pronounce it Houston. So if you're from Minnesota, then you live in Houston, and if you're from Texas, you live in Houston. Just so you know that, in case you ever come to Houston. So you don't make the mistake of calling it Houston. Not that your dreads won't give you away. Anyway, so you're coming out in October. Tell me again what those dates are specifically. If you flew into La Crosse, that would be great. We'll get you a car and we'll be able to get you to Madison and back. But I think that'd be great. One thing I want to do is swim in the snow. Did I tell you that this year? So maybe it'll be snowing when you come, and you can go out on the kayak and kayak alongside me while I swim. It's really busy getting ready to go this weekend. A lot of stuff happening. Trying to catch up at work. Like I said, Virginia's not feeling well. We've got new people that are getting trained in. And I'm trying to think of all the things that can go wrong, and then 9 days that I'll be gone. And fortunately, I've got a woman named Anne who works. I think you've actually seen her maybe in a video that I made at work. And she's pretty competent, so she'll be able to take care of things. But want to see Sadie, dog? Sadie, come here. Come here.
Hi, Sadie. Hi.
She's not interested. Oh,
Hey, Sadie.
look. Oh. So anyway, that's I guess that's our story. I didn't really think. Oh, that's looking at my bald spot. Didn't really think the
Not bald yet, just thinning.
ball thinning spot. The your philosophical treatise on the fact that I could be dead. I could be dead while you're watching this. You never know. I could have died shortly after I finished watching this video and uploaded it. That you're saying still dead if I could be dead. So I don't know what that meant. Oh, that says I'm getting a lot of gray. It's because I swim so fast that it's bleaching the hair out. It's leaching.
Not bleaching.
It's leaching the color and resulting in gray. It's actually very common for those who swim exceedingly fast to end up with gray hair because it accelerates the graying process in their hair under the cap. So it's very common. Anyway, I don't really have anything else. I think Beth's done picking zits on my back, so I guess I'll go inside. And I haven't had dinner yet. It's 8:15. I did all the finances though. I caught up all the finances at work. That feels good. I had this terrible circumstance. Oh, Beth rated my hair. That's cool. This terrible circumstance of updating the QuickBooks software, only to have it print the checks in regular order instead of reverse order, so that when I'm printing long strings of checks, because I load the checks in upside down, it would print them correctly, but now it doesn't, and I didn't realize that until 10 days later, and I had these whole strings of checks, which are all, the numbers are all wrong, so I had to go back and renumber them today, and that was a drag. I don't think I've got anything else, so I'm going to cut this thing off at 13:40. And we are all, okay, everybody, on 3. 1, 2, 3. We're still dead.